Okay, what's up, guys? My name is Mark Augustine, and I'm about to do one of the best videos I've done in a long time. I'm interviewing a 21-year-old high school dropout who's made over $50,000 a month in profit, drop shipping on Amazon, and has sold over $1.6 million in the past year on Amazon. When everyone is saying that dropshipping is dead, Amazon dropshipping is dead, and all this stuff. So you want to like the video, you want to subscribe to the channel, you want to, throughout the video, feel free to comment, ask questions, because Ty could do it if you have the motivation, if you have the understanding, if you have the drive, if you have the grit, you could do it too. He's 21 and has sold over $1.6 million. An amazing video. So let's get into the video, guys. Let's get into the interview. Look in the description. I have a link to my Facebook group. If you want to be part of this channel, if you want me to interview you, let me know in the comment section. But that's enough rambling now. Let me get into the interview. Peace.
Oh, it says the recording has started. That's nice.
Right. So, all right.
Okay.
What's up, guys? This is Ty. I had interviewed Ty a long time ago about some other stuff. And according to Dropship Tyler, Ty is now an OG in dropshipping. So we'll get into why and what he does and all that stuff. But Ty, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? How old are you? How long you been dropshipping? I know you have a YouTube channel that you don't post on regularly, so I'll put the link in the description to that. But introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, so my name is Ty. I'm 21 years old now. I'll be 22 next year soon. So I feel like I'm old, but I've been drop shipping since, let's say, 2018. So from eBay,
Wow, so
Amazon.
you've dropshipping since you're like 18, 17 or 18.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I quit high school to do this drop shipping.
Wow.
So,
okay.
so I kind of have to be successful, basically. So basically drop shipping since 2018. Been jumping from eBay to Amazon, Walmart, and I've had the most success on Amazon, as a lot of people have. And yeah, and now I'm still drop shipping on Amazon, even though I've been suspended I've been suspended like over 5 times on Amazon, and I've been able to get it back every single time. So I've probably been suspended for every reason because I made so many mistakes. So and I've been suspended on eBay, Walmart, everywhere I've been suspended.
So we'll get into why you were suspended, but so right now, do you sell on eBay? Where do you sell right now?
Yes,
just Amazon?
Yes, so I don't sell on eBay anymore because they just put a hard block and they won't let me back. And I don't even want to bother with getting a stealth account, but I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I'm mostly on Amazon right now and also Walmart. But mostly it's Amazon, and then I also have a Shopify store, and I'm on Facebook as well. Not selling too much on Facebook, but it's there. And then I also have like Google and stuff like that.
Okay, so before we get into what made you leave high school to do drop shipping? Like what happened? What were you thinking? Like how did you make that decision? What did your family say? Like
yeah, so that was kind of like a crazy decision, and like kind of stupid too, because when I decided to quit high school, I mean, I wasn't making really anything. I mean, I just saw it a few times and I was like, oh, hey, this shit works.
You on eBay, no? Like I remember when you were selling on eBay. When
I started on eBay. Well, I actually started flipping with phones first, right? And so I was buying iPhones and I was reselling them and understanding the resale market with that, right? And then I learned about drop shipping from some guy, and I watched the video and he was explaining drop shipping on eBay, how you can take it from Amazon to eBay. And then so I was just like, okay. And I was just looking at, what other people were doing. And it's like, oh, these guys are making money. And I was like, oh, I can do it too. Why can't I do it? Right. So that's kind of my thought process. But yeah, my family was like, you're crazy. Well, my dad was like, you're crazy. And he's like, okay, do whatever, because I sounded confident, right? Because it was the way that I was talking too, right? So I sounded confident that I could do something with this. And so they weren't too upset about it, because I was like, okay, I have a direction. It's not like I'm gonna drop out and go be a loser and do stupid stuff, right? So that was not too bad there.
I mean, you stuck to it and you sold like over $1 million in the past year. So I guess, and how do they feel about it right now?
Like, I mean, they're fine with it. I mean, now I'm living the good life, so, and I can provide back for them. So I mean, they're cool with it. So.
Okay. All right, so how long did you stay on eBay? How long you stayed on eBay? How much you think you sold? Why did you, what exactly, why did eBay suspend you?
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't sell like that crazy amount on eBay. I mean, few 100,000. I didn't really get to 1 million because at that time, I was still kind of learning and I didn't have enough credit and money and stuff. So I saw a few 100,000 on there, and they suspended because of the MCO 11. And it was kind of weird because my account were aged already. And then I think it's because I made a new eBay account and I was selling on it and I went aggressive on that new account. That's why they gave me the MCO 11.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
And
basically,
then,
yeah,
no,
yeah. So
go.
yeah. So basically, the reason they said that they gave me that was because I was drop shipping, and I went all the way up to the legal team, like the highest chain of eBay, right? And they were like, "Yo, you can't drop ship." So it's like, okay.
So you were drop shipping what from straight retailers, Walmart, Amazon, typical stuff
Yeah. So
on
when
eBay, that is.
yeah, so I was doing Amazon to eBay, but then I kind of stopped that and I was doing like Lowe's to eBay. I didn't really do much Amazon to eBay anymore. Like that was 2018, people were getting suspended all over the place. And then, yeah, I was getting complaints from people, that got it in a Lowe's receipt. So that was kind of annoying. And then, yeah, basically got suspended with using Lowe's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like what's this dude's name? Success with Sully or whatever.
Yeah. He was big with Lowe's. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his thing. All right, and then you left eBay and went to Amazon, and you've been doing Amazon since.
Yeah, so I was doing eBay and Amazon at the same time, but then I got permanently banned on eBay, and I was trying to get it back, but they wouldn't let me get it back. So yeah, I just stuck with Amazon. Yeah.
All right, and what do you remember what you want to share your sales on Amazon before we continue, so these guys could see?
Yeah, so I can show you the last 12 months. So
What is that? Hold on, it's gonna
there's
clear it up.
1.6 million on one of the accounts.
Yeah, I see it. It just cleared up.
Yeah, so
Right. So
November I did over 300,000. So
yeah, because you sent me that screenshot for the I have the
yeah.
screenshot, guys. So I'll share that with you. So what? Okay, what does it take to get to 1.6 million?
Yeah, so basically it takes a lot of like adapting, like especially with adapting, because Amazon is always changing their policies and you can make one mistake and they'll suspend you forever. And so you have to really keep up with what Amazon is changing as far as their policies, because they're either changing how you have to upload tracking numbers, or how you have to deal with the customer, and all of a sudden you can't use one supplier because they're just cracked down on one supplier. For example, like Walmart, everybody got
Yeah,
suspended because they were using Walmart. And so the people that couldn't change it fast enough, now they're just completely suspended and they can't drop ship no more on that account.
okay. And how do you keep up with Amazon's policies?
Well, you just have to constantly be reading their policies and really understanding what they expect from you, and trying to make sure that you reduce the amount of customer complaints. That's the important issue here. Like when you're using any suppliers, right, or shipping anything, you want to try to reduce the amount of customer complaint, because if you're using a supplier, so like for example using Walmart, and you're always getting complaints that they're getting in a Walmart box, then that's not going to be something that Amazon's going to be happy about. And obviously their actions show that, and they suspend everybody. And so you want to make sure that you keep the customer happy with whatever supplier that you're using and reduce those complaints. That's really important.
Okay, and where did you learn to dropship on Amazon?
Yeah, so I was watching YouTube videos. I was following people on Facebook. I took a course from like Matt Gambro as well. But I just kind of learned as I did things, because I got suspended and then I learned from my mistakes. So that was also the part of it. So I learned from multiple different places.
Okay, and how many times you've been suspended?
Yeah, so I'd say 5 times.
Wow. And every
Yeah.
time you've been able to deal with it and appeal and get back and so on.
Yeah. So there was one that was really challenging, which not many people can get it back, which is the forged invoice, which is not
Yeah.
something that you should be doing, but that was extremely hard to get it back. But yeah, the other ones were, yeah, it's just performance related issues.
Okay. And then what a lot of people get suspended and then give up. Like, is
Yes.
it that you were making enough money that it was worth it? How long did it take to get the accounts back when it's suspended? Usually what, a week, a day, 2 months?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So usually depending on the reason, if it's like performance issue and you're good at writing the plan of action, it'll probably take 1 week to 2 weeks,
mhm,
maybe 3 weeks at most. I mean, if you really suck, then it could take longer. But yeah,
yeah. Okay. And then to sell 300,000 a month, how many listings you have? Now, you don't have to tell me exactly, but like give me
yeah,
like a range, because there are a
yeah.
lot of people
So
that'll be watching this to be like what they could do and to do that stuff. But
yeah, so I had over 5,000 listings,
wow, okay,
but
okay.
obviously like 90% of them weren't selling. So I mean, it's also like the quality as well, not just quantity, right?
Hmm. And then
Yeah.
what is it? Do you use specific pieces of software to list really quickly and track the items or no?
So I use multiple softwares to combine. So some
Mm,
software I list manually, and then some software I list through the software. So it depends on the suppliers and the software, but I use multiple softwares.
okay. And how do you choose a supplier? Do you just go out? We don't need to go tell everyone all the suppliers you use, right?
Yeah.
But
So yeah, so when it comes to picking suppliers, you really have to change how you think about it, because before you could do what everybody else was doing and just ride the wave, right? So like
mhm,
everybody was just riding Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's and stuff like that. But now you can't do that anymore because it becomes saturated and people keep messing up and pissing off Amazon when they're a shitty seller, right? So
right.
you can't do that anymore. So you have to change really your core process. So that, like when we all started dropshipping, we all were thinking the same way. Like, I got to use Walmart and do the easy
Mhm.
life and stuff like that. And everybody could make 100,000 or more in sales a month with Walmart. Like, that's not hard because
Yeah, that's
Walmart
just a
was, yeah, that's not
process.
hard, right? But now the hard part is, can you do over 100,000 without any of those?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I had to redo that, and basically my thought process was, I can't use a supplier that it's gonna be in the buyer's face. So like, and when you think of a supplier, right? Like, if I say something and the average buyer like knows it right away, like
Yeah.
they're so familiar with it, then that's probably not a good supplier. So for example, Best Buy. If I say
Yeah.
Best Buy, people know what Best Buy is, and it's
Yeah.
it's it's a very popular thing. So if you want to go like a little bit smaller, a little bit more
Hmm.
low key, it doesn't have to be super small. It could be like medium. So what I talk about is, there's like 3 levels of suppliers. So there's the most popular ones. The second levels are like the mid range, where
Hmm.
it's popular, but it's not in your face kind of like stuff. And then the lowest level, I mean, the top tier. Okay, so there's the third rank, second rank, and then top tier. The top tier is the really, really low key supplier where it's really good and there's low competition. And I have some of those, and that's why I've been able to achieve these numbers.
Okay. And how long did it take you to find those?
Yeah, so I was using SKU right? And they have
Mm.
hundreds of suppliers. And I really went through a lot of them, and I just kind of vetted them. So I was like, hey, do you guys allow, resellers? So just asking like general questions to see like, what they feel about reselling, and looking at
Mhm.
their policies. So really important that, the supplier ships fast and good returns policies.
Okay, okay. So guys, if you have any questions for Ty or myself, put it in the comment section. Um, and any software that we talk about, we might put a link in the description, maybe not, but I use I use QGrid, I use OAGenius.
Yeah, those. I mean, and then there's
Yeah,
there's also like tons of suppliers that's not in any of those softwares that are also really good. right? So there's so much opportunities out there. Like people just get caught up with like, oh, I have to use Walmart. So yeah, so you have to look at you have to look outside of the little bubble that everybody was in if you want to be successful now in this in 2022 moving forward.
And then what do you think about all of these videos that says dropshipping is dead? All that over the past year, like most YouTubers, most influencers online that talk about dropshipping, for one reason or another, made a video, but it's done. Whether it's eBay, whether it's Shopify, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, what made you ignore that and continue dropshipping?
Yeah, so that's a great question, because the reason why I ignore that is because I thought very simple. Basically the same concept when I first started dropshipping, right? If there are other people that are still doing it successfully, then you can also still do it successfully. Like until they suspend everybody, like from the low-key suppliers to the big suppliers, right? Like from just a cleanup, then it's over. But there are still people doing it well that are using other suppliers and crushing it. And I'm jealous because I'm out and they're still doing it, right? And so that's yeah, I'm just trying to bring it back up. But yeah, so and then as far as like the mainstream drop shipping, that's definitely gone, and that's definitely not going to be long term, because you're basically, if you're going to be doing that, you're basically running your business like on thin water. You're walking on water, like you're just going to fall, right? So
and you're not Jesus, so you can't walk away.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you can't build your business like that. So you really have to, like, this other thing is like, if you're using a supplier that you can tell everybody about it, that's probably not the best way to build your business. Does that make sense? Because if you're going to use a supplier and you can't tell somebody, that means it's good. But if you can tell everybody, then yeah. So
all right, so are you willing to share one, not the great suppliers, we're not going to put on YouTube, right? But one like second tier supplier.
So let me see. Yeah, I can share one, but let's see. Let's go on the supplier list here. Yeah, so I can share like like Ace Hardware is pretty decent. So Ace Hardware is pretty good.
So if someone is dropshipping on Amazon now, they can use Ace Hardware.
Yeah, they can start with that. Yes.
Okay.
That's gonna be a lot lower risk than, for example, Walmart.
Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah, any of that, right? Yeah, so that's just an example that I give to people. But I like, the point of this is, you want to do your own research, because you want to find your own supplier that works for you. Like you might not want you might want to sell in a specific category, and so you want to research suppliers in that category instead of just me giving you like,
So that's a challenge, because a lot of people in dropshipping are just people that are like not typically entrepreneurs, jump on YouTube, see someone dancing about the sold $1 million at 21 years old, like you, motherfucker, and then decide to drop out of high school and like sell. But you put in the work and did the research and change depending on what changed. So do you think anyone can do this? Like, could anyone just jump and do drop shipping successfully?
Well, you first have to really study first, right? You really have to study the market. Like that's really important. Like some people don't even know what's going on in the market. Like they're just like going in blind and just like, oh, okay, I can make good money. And then they just get suspended and it's like, oh, why did I get suspended? So if you're going to sell on any platform, right, you want to make sure, like I would say the most important thing is learning how to avoid getting suspended. So that's really important, because if you get suspended once, you can just lose your account forever, right? So you want to be proactive and prevent it from happening in the first place by, studying the policies, studying the market. Like, how can you set yourself up to where you have the lowest chance of getting suspended? So that's the important thing.
And you're talking about Amazon, right?
Like just in general, but Amazon especially, because Amazon loves to suspend sellers. So Amazon especially, right? So, but as far as anybody, right? I don't think anybody can do it because, you know, it's gotten a lot harder. Like that's what I can say in the past few years. It's really gotten harder. It's not
Mhm.
like before where, you know, you just jump in and, you know, make an account and list whatever you want and, you know,
And then it's
chill.
yeah.
Yeah. Like let's say, you know, before 2016, like if you started drop shipping in 2015, which there are people that are still drop shipping from 2015 that I see
Yep.
now till now, right? If you started in 2015, then, you know, you can sell like anything. Like there's not going to be like brand gating, like there's no restrictions, there's no category restriction. But now you go in there, you know, you're gated in, you know, toys, you're gated in tools,
Mm,
you're gated in everything. They want like documents, they want to know where you're getting your products from. So
mm.
it's definitely a lot more challenge, but it's still doable, right? You just have to really do your diligence and understand the market and understand the business like really well.
Well, okay, but what do you mean by understanding the market? Understanding what people are selling, understanding Amazon, understanding.
Yeah, so one, understanding Amazon, like where's the trend going? Like what are they trying to do? What are they
Mhm.
trying to make their sellers like move towards? And then
Right.
also, you know, what are our sellers, you know, the other sellers that are being successful, like what makes them successful?
Okay,
Like
well,
that,
for me, when I go
yeah.
on these platforms, I find other sellers that are selling and I study them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like you
yeah. So
study them, but it,
that's the
like
best way to learn. Like that's
yeah, because before I would just snipe immediately, but now you have to like go
yeah.
slow, like go through their listings, make because I found a couple of people on Amazon selling maybe like 10%, 15% of Walmart items,
Yeah,
but you don't want to like jump and see Walmart and just list Walmart, right?
exactly.
Because
Right,
you'll
right.
get screwed immediately.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
okay, and
yeah.
okay, so you sold 1.6 million on Amazon. How long did it take to get to those type of numbers?
Well, I have to say I should have been doing better, but I was slacking off, right? So, you know, everybody slacks off, and I'll admit, you know, I could be doing better, but it's still good, right? So,
Mm,
how long did it take? I mean, so basically, earlier this year, you know, I got suspended twice for drop shipping, and I got it back, like luckily, and so I basically had to build from zero back up to, you
mhm.
know, over 100,000 with new strategy, new suppliers. So it took me about 3 months to get back over to 100,000
Okay,
in sales a
okay,
month
okay.
after all the suspension and changing suppliers and strategies.
Okay, and what type of profit margin are you working with? Is it typical 10%, 5%, 20%?
Yeah, so actually the margins like got really high like once I got really good. So it went like 15 to 20%.
Wow, and
Yeah.
yeah, because that's because you're using suppliers that not like every clown on the internet is
Yeah,
using.
exactly. Low
So
competition and Q4 and stuff. So it was really
okay,
good.
okay. And are you tying up cash back in that or no?
No, so there's also cashback with that as well.
Wow. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And how long did you sell on Amazon before you added what? So guys, if you want to check, I'll put a link to this, like a couple pieces of software that Ty uses in the description. You go check it out. But how long did you sell on Amazon before you decided to go on Walmart?
Like like a year and a half. Like I was one of the first like, you know, dropship guru
Yeah.
to actually register on Walmart. And then like because I registered in November 2019. So that was like like one of the earliest really. And I got approved. And then after 2019, and then we go into 2020, that's when all, you know, the guys just massive creating the accounts got in. So and I did get suspended on Walmart as well.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
yeah.
Hold on, give me one sec. Ty, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna change the speaker, the headset I'm using.
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, sweet. Um, okay, and would you compare Walmart to Amazon?
Well, Walmart is definitely really good because there's like, well, they just suspended thousands of sellers, first of all. So that's the good and the bad news. Okay. So that's very low competition. That's a good part. The bad thing really is their platform is not developed. Like it's I would say it's like 5 years behind Amazon. So kind of behind as far as like,
5.
I would say 5 years, because Amazon is just way ahead as far as the actual infrastructure and the platform smoothness.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
what would you do? You use the same suppliers on Amazon that you use on Walmart?
kind of. I try to it's a little bit different, but it's kind of the same. Yes.
Okay. And is it easier? Would you say it's easier for a typical dropshipper to start on Amazon or start on Walmart?
I would say Walmart, but don't use Amazon on Walmart. Don't. Yeah.
And
So
if how much money do you think someone needs to start a dropshipping business in 2022?
like on Amazon or like
Or
in
give me
general.
on Amazon first, on Walmart.
So I actually started with like 100 or 200 back in 2018. So I mean, it was nothing. So you can start with probably 500. Like it's like you
Yeah,
start with
but wouldn't
nothing.
you need credit to fulfill the orders?
Well, if you're talking in terms of credit, like there's capital and then there's credit, right? So as
Right,
far as
right.
capital, I mean, you should
A
have at least
couple
a few
$100 for
thousand.
the software.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, a couple hundred for software. I mean, you don't even need software to start, right? So you can just start with manual and then learn and then from there. But yeah, you definitely need like 2,000 to 3,000 in credit. I mean, that's pretty much all you need.
Nice. And then would you said you mentioned you're on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Do you focus on Facebook? Do you just play around with it?
Yeah, it's just kind of play around and just make some sales here and there and get some lunch money and so yeah.
Yeah, but why? Why haven't you put more time into Facebook as opposed to Amazon or Walmart?
Well, I mean, I'm just doing really well on Amazon, so I'm just really crushing on Amazon. So I want to keep doing Amazon, and then Facebook next year I'll probably ramp it up a little bit because I currently have my Facebook set up to sell on my business page, so it's a lot more
Yeah.
scalable, not personal. So I have a scalable setup, and I just haven't invested the team and stuff in place.
Okay. And then do you run your Amazon account? How many people do you have on the team that runs the Amazon account?
Yes, I have 3 right now, and I plan to get to 5 next year by Q4 at least. So that way, I can go 400, 500,000 a month with that.
No, but why 5? What are they doing? I know like some people have to fulfill orders. Is it that you do the product research or you train them to do the product research? What's your setup like?
Yeah, so I do product research here and there when I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I just sit there and list products. And then, so I train them to do product research and then order management, order fulfillment. So I designate different VAs to different jobs. So depending on, their experience and when they come in.
And where do you find the VAs?
Yeah, so I just use online jobs PH.
And do you prefer to find guys with experience or do you train them from like zero?
Yeah, that's a good question because I actually prefer no experience because because I have a specific way that I want them to learn, right? Because if they're new, then I can train them and like, hey, this is how I want to do it, and this is the good way. Whereas if I take an experienced guy, he may think like, I have this way and it doesn't really make sense, and he try to do his own thing, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I had some experience with that, dude. When you get people with experience, a lot of people with experience who are looking for jobs in dropshipping got accounts suspended. So that's the first thing. so they generate sales and they use those sales to like get jobs, but there's always 99%, 90% of the time, there's something wrong with the process, and that's why they're looking for a job. So like I've had people that I'll be training and they're like, yeah, I get it. And they might do it for 2-3 days, get frustrated, and just go back to the old shit. And then I have to be like looking all the time, like, dude, or girl, or whoever, like, I don't want to get suspended. Like, go back to what I taught you. So I too agree with you in the sense that like you need to I prefer getting someone who doesn't have experience.
Yeah, for sure. And Amazon, like they try to find out every single way to get you suspended. So you really have to know what's going on.
And then if someone is starting dropshipping in 2022, You think they should start without employees? Should they start with an employee? Should they build a team? Because like Ecom Tom, I remember when he started eBay dropshipping back in the day, automatically he just hired people.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
like he wasn't making any money. He's like, fuck this. I'm just gonna hire a team, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there's the good and the bad, right? Because if you just hire a team, you're just kind of like passing the responsibility, right, to them. Especially if you're
Right.
new, right? When you're new, you have to study the business. You have to know what you're doing. Like that's what I emphasize, because a lot of people get into this business and they try to outsource the teams and hire people and just like, hey, take care of this. Like I don't want to deal with it. But then when something happens, it's like, oh, I lost all this money. I don't know what happened. Like, can you fix it for me? Like, no, like that's your fault, because you didn't know how to prevent it and you didn't know why you needed to know this, right? So like my philosophy is I have to know something before I hire anybody. And then I would teach them to do what I understand.
And then what do you think about automation services? Like, come on, they're all these like Amazon automation, Walmart automation.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only idiot that built the automation business in person. So like a lot of other automation businesses, I think all outsourced to all over the place, like all over the world, sell at high prices. And like, but when I was running the automation business, everyone was here, like in my office. I was screaming every day. I was motivating them. I fired like people immediately when things would happen, and it was still a challenge. What is what is your opinion about these automation businesses? Because we talked about you prefer to like understand what's going on, and train people. All of these guys in these like they're guys who are selling automation, and they're guys who want automation because they want to invest and make money. What is your actual thought about this? What is your opinion about the whole automation, dropshipping automation industry?
Yeah, so for those of you watching this video, you probably, and if you're in multiple Facebook groups, I've last I've last these automation guys. So, or like one of the problem, like, so I have a few problems, right? So one of the problem is a lot of these guys, they don't know how to run an actual business. And so they would just outsource the teams and just, take the client's money and then outsource it. So that's one of the problem, because if you don't know how to run the business, then you shouldn't be selling how to run a business. Like,
because they can't. So I agree with you there, because I've seen a lot of people outsource online, and then when the guys are making mistakes, they can't even say don't do that. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, and then the other problem is the marketing. Their marketing is really good, right? I have to give them credit. The marketing is really good, but the reason why it is good is because they're promoting lies, essentially. They're deceiving people by saying, everything is good, and they say like, oh, there's no risk and stuff, and they try to tell the client there's risk, but I don't think they really were honest about that, because if they were honest, I'm a straightforward guy. I try to, I tell the truth as is. Like I don't like, try to be shady and hide the fact or anything, but yeah, like if you're gonna promote a service, there's a level of honesty and integrity that you should have, because if you had that, you would have lower amount of clients, but at the same time, you can take care of them better rather than accumulate all the clients and then can't handle it. And it's funny because I actually had a call with a guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was selling automation service, and he was saying that he had on his ad, right? He was saying he had over 1,800 stores built.
Right.
That he was telling me, if he was asking me if I wanted to take over some of the stores because he couldn't handle them. And I was like, okay, so how many stores are you actually managing right now? He's like, oh, 40. He's like 40. But then on his ad, he was saying he had over 1,000 stores.
What? Yeah, because dude, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's, and he was just laughing about it. I was just kind of laughing about it. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna deal with that.
Yeah, because I've had calls with guys in Pakistan, in India. I hired one dude and trained him in India. And now when you dig into it, there are all these marketers just outsource. And like these companies over in the East might have like 300 accounts or 400 accounts from like 10 different influencers online. And none of them know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like none, dude. Because I remember back in the day when we were running the automation business. So I only manage a couple eBay accounts, right? Like I'm not doing I have an Amazon account for myself, a Walmart account for myself, and like 3 eBay dropshipping accounts. And I'm just like chilling, right? But I remember we had a client and they came to me from another dude. I'm not going to say what, I'm not going to say what the dude's name is. And then we made a couple bucks and then they left us for some dude who was driving a Lamborghini online. And then when I was doing a call with one of the VAs in I think, was it Pakistan or Sri Lanka? I think it was Pakistan. And he was sharing like all of his accounts. The account showed up. So I was like, wait, all of these Lamborghini gurus, like all of them are just outsourcing online.
Yeah.
I like hope it. And when you dig into the numbers, they're like 20% successful, 30% successful, which is.
Yeah, so they would take the accounts, like it's easier to go from like 0 to a few 100,000 in a month, right? In a few months.
Right.
But then after a few months, once your metric starts to hit in, right? The metric starts in, the customer complaint. After that, the storage is going to get burned to the ground.
Yeah, I know. Like really quickly.
And I know this for a fact because I have really good metrics and I still get suspended.
Yeah.
and when I mean really good metrics, I mean like really good. Like I would talk about it right now. Like I had like my ODR was like 0.11%. Amazon wants you to have under 1%, and I have 0.11. That's extremely difficult, especially if you have a few thousand orders, and it's literally 100% dropship orders.
Right. How many orders you get a day at that level?
Like 100, 150, but I also sell like, big ticket item, high ticket items too. So it's
okay, yeah, because you don't want to do too crazy on a ton of little ticket items.
Yeah.
All right, so what if you had to give one? So it's getting a little late, and Ty, I want to have you on the channel again.
Yeah.
So if you had to give advice on anyone, first of all, would you suggest anyone to drop out of high school to drop?
It depends on your level of, like maturity and, like how much do you believe in yourself? Like if you really believe in yourself and you have the road, like you have the goals and you see yourself doing successful, like you have to envision yourself, right? To be able to achieve success. If you can do that, then yeah, it doesn't matter if you drop out. But I don't like a lot of people, they aren't ready for that.
So like, why did you think you were ready for that? Like really, yeah, like a personal level, is it? Do you have brothers and sisters? Are your parents business people? Why the fuck did you think you were? Because it's nice to say high school dropout, sells 1.6 million, makes 50 grand a month, profit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But why do you think you were ready for that?
Yeah, so I didn't grow up with any sort of business. Like my parents weren't business people. I have a brother, like he basically influenced me. So because of my brother, he was like, you have to learn how to make money. Like he was really drilling into my head because I was just another, student, a kid that's in high school, brainwashed, brain dead, just go to school, get grades. And, once I graduate, I would just, work my ass off and at a job that pays to barely survive, right? So yeah, so part of that was having the influence from my brother, like saying, you have to learn how to make money and really know how to make money. And so that's, and it also because I was, it was easy for me to change my mind too, because like I was just kind of like just going with the flow. Like I didn't know what I was doing really. I was just going to school like everybody. And so so that was also part of the reason.
And then what was your goal? Did you have a financial goal? Did you set a specific goal that you wanted to reach when you started, or did you just say you want to make money?
Yeah. When I first started, I just like, oh, I can make money. Like, okay. Like I didn't have like, oh, I want to make, 1,000 a month or anything. Like I was just like, oh, I see that people are making money doing this. So I want to, learn how to do it as well.
And how much and how many hours do you when you first started, how many hours did you put in a day work? Now are you working less hours? How long did it take?
Yeah, so when I first started, it was on and off, right? It was a distraction, and so I wasn't really focused. I was maybe spend a few hours every day, like 4 hours. If like I said, if I was more consistent and didn't slack off,
Right.
I would be doing a lot better. But when I first started as well, I was also doubting the business because I was like, because that people have fears and stuff, and doubting the business, saying like, oh, there's too much competition. And I was thinking too, and I was like, dude, there's just so many competition. Like
Yeah.
everybody is doing this, and the profit was slow too. And so I almost wanted to give up too, but I'm glad I didn't, and I stuck to it because, dude, it paid off. Like, so there's that.
Okay, sweet. All right, Ty. Well, thanks for your time, dude. I'll put a link to your YouTube channel in the description so you guys could go like subscribe to his YouTube channel. But do you plan to post more videos on YouTube? Or are you done with YouTube?
Man, yeah. So I took a break from YouTube and deleted a lot of the videos because, one, they were outdated, and if people watch them, they'll get suspended. So I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
have them do that, right? And
I
so
deleted a ton of my videos, like a ton of my videos also.
yeah, you have a lot of videos. So like
Yeah.
yeah. So for YouTube, I mean, I don't know, because right now, I mean, I'm doing well with the drop shipping business, and I have some time to free up. But I mean, I just moved to Texas, so I'm doing some classes here in Texas too. Like I'm training some people, teaching some people, just for free and just to network and stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. But as far as getting back to YouTube, I might, because there's just a lot of money on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to, record the videos and do all of the SEO and stuff.
The
It's
whole
just a lot of
thing, yeah.
work. Yeah, it's a lot of, it's time consuming for sure. But there's definitely, it does pay off. That's for sure. I
And
know that.
where are you go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, it does pay off. Like if you put the time into YouTube, especially in like the finances, the entrepreneurship, and the business space.
And where are you in Texas? Are you in
I'm in
Austin?
Dallas. At
You're in
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I lived in Houston.
Oh,
Dallas
nice.
is okay, but I like Austin, but Austin has gotten crazy. Like
Yeah,
everyone
Austin's
seems to want to
crazy.
move to Austin now.
Yeah. So Dallas is gonna be really good in the next few years as
Okay.
well.
Okay, nice. All right, dude. So thanks for your time. I want to have you on the channel again.
Yeah.
So let me know when you have the time. One more question. What is your biggest month drop shipping on Amazon, profit-wise? What's the most
Like
money you made in a month?
on one store, or like, cause I have multiple stores, but are you talking about like just one store?
Give me both. On one store or multiple stores? What's the most you made on one store, you think? And what's the most you made in multiple stores?
I think the most is probably 60 to 70, 60 in one store. And then, yeah, I think that's really the most in 1 month. But I should have been doing over 100, but yeah. So 60 is the most I've done. But I think next year I should be able to get maybe double that with the
And that's
stores
in
and
one
stuff.
store.
Yes.
And then in multiple stores, what's the most money you've made?
Well, in multiple store, like one of the other stores got suspended, so I couldn't really count that when I was doing 60 in
Ah,
one store. So it's still gonna be 50 if I combine. But if I was to combine like the 60 plus the other store, then it could probably be closer to 100.
and you do multiple stores because they get suspended. So you don't
Yes.
want to be completely out of it when one store
Yeah.
is down.
Yeah, exactly. And then I really, was working on diversifying this year to make sure that I have multiple stores set up.
Okay. All right, sweet, dude. Well, thanks for your time, guys. Subscribe to Ty's channel. Hopefully, he'll make some more YouTube videos. Do you want to share? I know you have a Telegram group. You want to share that group on here? Or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do I share it? I mean,
No, I'll put a link. I'll put a link to this to your Telegram group in the description where you could. There's a big group. What is it's over 300 people now?
So I have a Facebook group. It has over 10,000 people.
Yeah, dropshipping. Yeah.
Dropshipping group, the one of the original dropshipping group, and then I also have the Telegram group, which has like a few hundred people.
Okay, so what do you want to? We'll share both Ty's Facebook group and the Telegram group in the description, guys. And if you have any questions for Ty, if you have any questions for myself, let me know in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and then also I also have like a list of resources with all my softwares and my everything that I use for my dropshipping business, and also some resources to help you find suppliers too, because that's everybody always asks me what suppliers and where do I find them, and so I have that there as well, so I can send that to you too.
All right, so send me all the resources you have. We'll put it in the description so the guys can check out everything. But thanks for your time, dude. I want you back at. Let's see how this video goes, but hopefully I can get you back on the channel maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I'll have a Lambo next time. I'm just kidding.
Okay, wait. So why did I know we are going to end the interview, but what have you bought with the money you've made?
And I bought like a decent car. I mean, I didn't buy any like supercars, but I mean, well, what I did with the money is I moved like from multiple states to different states to live, to learn and mostly just like traveling and investing. Like, I didn't really buy anything like crazy. Like I didn't buy like a Lamborghini or anything, but I bought a decent car. So.
Okay. And you don't plan to buy a Lamborghini or anything crazy?
Oh, no. Maybe when I sell 5 million on Amazon. But yeah, my goal next year is to probably do at least, 5 million between all the stores. So that's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of work, that's for sure.
Okay, sweet. Well, let's see how it goes. So guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you need, any questions you have. Peace.
Yep. Peace.